Hello and welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. I have yet another very important update for you today regarding the price of gold. Gold has hit a new all-time high of $3,223 an ounce. This is just several dollars away from the previous all-time high of $3,229 that was reached in 2021. And this move happened literally overnight. So what does it mean? It means that we are at a critical point in time, and things are rapidly changing on the global scale. This is not just about gold hitting a new all-time high. It is about everything that this precious metal tells us. It tells us how bad the situation is with inflation, how poor the manufacturing data is, how risky lending money to the government has become. Basically, gold is telling us that it is extremely risky to hold cash, to lend money to the government, to invest into anything that pays a fixed rate of return, because all of those things will lose value while gold gains it. And it did that overnight. So why is that? Why is gold moving up so rapidly now? Well, let's start with the United States dollar. The dollar is getting weaker. You see this currency pair, euro to dollar. As you can see here, it is slightly up today and it is moving towards parity. And if you remember several weeks ago, everyone was making a big deal out of it when it hit €1 equals $1. Well, it is not a big deal at all, because it keeps going lower and lower, and we may soon see €1 becoming equal to $1. This is extremely rare, and it has happened since 2002. And it is a really big deal because when the euro becomes equal to the US dollar, it means that the US dollar is losing its value as the global reserve currency. If the euro and the dollar trade at parity, it means that it costs the same to buy one currency with another. Think about it. As the dollar weakens, gold becomes more expensive because it is priced in dollars. Gold is priced in dollars per ounce, and if the dollar loses its value, it takes more dollars to buy the same amount of gold. The gold price goes up. This is one of the main reasons why we're seeing it move higher. Another reason is lending money to the government is extremely risky. Look at the 10-year Treasury yield. It has dropped to 2.9%. This is a chart of the 10-year Treasury yield. As you can see, several weeks ago, it was over 3.5%. Now it is at 2.9%. This is a critical level to watch. Why? Because when the 10-year Treasury yield falls below 3%, it signals that investors have lost faith in the government's ability to pay back its debt. Remember that buying Treasury bonds is considered to be one of the safest investments ever because you are essentially lending money to the government and you are getting paid a fixed rate of return. However, if the demand for those bonds falls, their prices go down and yields go up. Well, in this case, we are seeing the opposite. We are seeing the yields drop, and that is a red flag. That is a warning sign that investors are starting to doubt the safety of lending money to the government. They want a higher yield, which would compensate them for taking on this risk, so they are demanding higher yields. And as a result, gold is moving up. Also, manufacturing data came out worse than expected. Here's the manufacturing PMI. This is a flash estimate for the Eurozone. As you can see, it has dropped to 49.6. Any number below 50 means contraction. And this is yet another sign that the global economy is slowing down. And finally, the last reason why gold is rising in price is simply because it is an all-around great investment during these uncertain times. People want to protect their wealth. They want to buy assets that hold value. And gold is one of those assets. In addition to that, it is also a safe haven. Many market participants view gold as a safe haven asset, so when things get shaky, they buy gold. I want to remind you that gold doesn't just go up in price. It is not a one-way street. There will be corrections. There already have been some corrections. You don't have to keep buying it every single day at these higher prices. Of course, if you have a long-term goal to build your gold positions, you will continue doing so. But don't forget that there will be pullbacks and corrections along the way. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you found it helpful. Give this video a thumbs up, consider sharing it, subscribe to my channels. I would love to have you back for my next one. And if you enjoy reading, find me on my blog where, among other types of content, you will find a weekly newsletter with the key events and economic data that will help you stay up to date on the most important news. And I will see you in my next one tomorrow. Bye for now.